also clear that beyond the criminal aspects, there is an issue of, and I remember my many discussions with the government, with the law advisor, but also with the chief advisor. It's about healing, it's about truth-telling, it's about reconciliation, memorialization, and reform. And we know how many efforts have gone into reform in particular. Again, this is very important. I had a chance to meet myself a number of the victims. I went to one of the hospitals in Bangladesh, and I could see and witness myself how many people, and particularly young people and children, have been affected by what happened. And they were still in treatment when I was there in November. And some of them have life-altering injuries. It's therefore also important, this is whatever the international community can do, we need resources for victim-centered reparation programs, for compensation, long-term medical treatment, rehabilitation care, and of course, livelihood opportunities for victims. Then the ongoing reform efforts, the legal institutional reform efforts are absolutely critical, but also to dismantle, to overhaul and dismantle the repressive laws and institutions that were there for much too long. And I really welcome the reform commissions that have been set up. And I was very impressed when I was there to meet the various heads of the reform commissions. And I thought this was incredibly important work for Bangladesh. I mean, we hope, and we are almost in the midst of this, pretty close discussions on how to strengthen the presence of my office in the country, to strengthen cooperation, to strengthen support, to provide independent assessment and advice. And we have been discussing this, and we have made a very, very strong progress. We also need member states to support us in this effort. I just want to flag this as well. And of course, human rights mechanisms can play a very important role. I think it's a really historic opportunity for the country to stop the cycle of reprisals that we have seen in the past, to bring the nation together, to engage in trust building and healing. And again, I want to go back to the witnesses, the victims and the survivors. I know how much they appreciated. A lot of my colleagues told me how much they've reached out to thank the government, the interim government, but also my office for having been there and for undertaking this very important work of truth-telling. I mean, a female journalist, I just want to report this, who reported from the hospitals at the time. Throughout the protests, she wrote to us and she said, "I nearly cried reading the report because finally there is damning proof. Thank you so much for all your hard work." And from a witness we spoke to, and again I quote, "The recommendations in particular are crucial for ensuring the country's future stability, protecting human rights, and strengthening democracy." And I just want to say that because I think it is a testament also to how much, especially at a time when we have so many geopolitical tensions, how much the language of human rights, the daily work of human rights can play an important role in shaping and influencing and transforming societies for the better. So thank you very much.
Thank you, High Commissioner. Just to let you know, the images that you're seeing behind you, behind us, are it's a small sampling of the images that were examined by the fact-finding team in carrying out their investigation using the methodology that the High Commissioner has described. I'll now pass the floor to Dr. Nazrul, please, for his intervention.